Nang ipa pakai ASDC kan, nang ipa nak pakai lagi tu, pindah ke ASDC, arta nikah kom kira nak tiap tiap lo, itu yang bukan apa. ASDC foundation day lo, election code of conduct dengan enforcement nanti sikit. Selain ada apa ya kok, negatif mass gathering, dan sebab ke Ilonggat Center di langsung nak kita kan along sini Dipo major place Hamrena son Dongmuka son Dengang son Dipu atau itu Bokayan Kajiroma son Penang major place along Dojin langsung hak si pilih press tip nangge hak masih data press nutup ini di Kohidat. A brief genesis of statehood movement in Northeast India vis-a-vis autonomous state movement in Karbi Anglong and di Mahasau. Published on the occasion of 38th Foundation Day of the Autonomous State Movement Committee on 17 May 2024. Though the 6-0 was implemented in 1952 for the administration of the hill tribals in Northeast India, a feeling of discontentment over the quantum of autonomy surfaced to the fore as early as in 1954. When a meeting of all autonomous councils under the 6th rule was convened by B.M. Roy, the CEM of Khasi and Jantia Autonomous Council, to demand separate state and amendment of the 6th rule. The imposition of Assamese language by the Assam government in 1960 as the official language on 22nd April hastened the demand for statehood by the tribals. When all leaders of the hill tribals met at Tura in Garo Hills on 28 April 1960 to oppose the imposition of Assamese language. Initially, snowballed itself into statehood movement and decided to form All Assam Hill Leaders Conference (AAHLC), which was later renamed as All Party Hill Leaders Conference (APSLC). Unlike the present APSLC, where no political party is represented, the APSLC that was formed in 1960 was represented by the Congress, Eastern India Tribal Union, Meghalaya, Garo Union, within bracket Garo Hills, Miyo Union, within bracket Mizoram, Tribal Union, Dimahasa, and hence the name All Party Hill Leaders Conference, APSLC. It is pertinent to mention that Nagas under the Naga National Council, NNC, did not join the APSLC-led statehood movement, smelling a rat in the politics since the beginning, and went their own way, and finally they achieved statehood in 1963 on December. After some time, the Mizos left the APSLC movement in 1963, following their assessment that it would be betrayed, went their own way, got Union Territory in 1972, and finally separate state in 1987. Meanwhile, Karbi and Dimasas continue to remain good boys of the APSLC and the Congress till the end, and that is why they have to pay heavy price for that. ASDC and other fraternal organizations as a democratic, mass democratic, peaceful and genuine movement, and in 1995 we were successful in compelling both central and state government to sign an MOU with 30 additional subject of lead department, including law and order, up to the level of DCNSP, and also including land alienation, which went a long way in strengthening the functioning of civil, since it was only a stop-gap arrangement and not a final solution. The movement continued till today, and it will continue till autonomous states achieve come what may. On this historic occasion, we, the Central Committee of the Autonomous State Demand Committee (ASDC), gave a clarion call to the people of the 3 hill districts of Assam to join the autonomous state movement with new vigor and not to be swayed away by the tantalizing appeal of national parties or reactionary elements like the APSLC. Signed by Daniel Carroll, ex-chairman of ASDC, publicity in charge ASDC, and signed to ex-CM of ASDC, in charge finance secretary ASDC. Lahendo, lake pinapanke, nikan thongkera na kethek ASDC atta kethek, ASDC birthday no pinapke, si langsung operation hosi, ini tumrat antuni grido, sa movement na kethek. Masjid long tiga macam ini itu kalau macam song dan bom nang lah, cara macam tu dunang lah, lapan chip nanya ayat alam lewat kami si rada kami itu ini press conference kami tempat slogan actually we can do oke Karbi Anglong apa West Karbi Anglong di Mahasam kami were part and parcel of the APSLC led movement that began in 1960. So when autonomous state was about to be created, we were betrayed by the APSLC in Congress. The Nagas knew about the treacherous attitude of the APSLC leaders, so they did not join the APSLC led movement since the beginning. The Mijus joined. We were together. But sometime in 1963, they smelled it, so they left the APLC movement. They went the other way, so they got union in 1972, and then separate state in 1987. We were made to pay heavy price, Karbi and Dimasa, just because we were good boys of APSLC and Congress. Now, Salam, Nasi, APSLC to Congress to autonomous state na betrayed the fee. That APSLC leader to banta yak to get to join lo MC. Lapeni yak to get kapre ka kam lemrong. That beginning the confidence by the APSLC leadership since the beginning of the movement. And as such, their representative had represented as a member of the delegation to the talks with central government only once. That was in the first talk with central government in 1960. And after that, no representatives from Karbi Anglong and Dimasa were represented in all the talks, be it with central or state government. Therefore, nobody from Karbi Anglong and Dimasa knew nothing what actually transpired in the talks among APSLC and government. With great expectation, a huge contingent of Karbi APSLC leaders attended APSLC conference in 1969 at Tura in Garo Hills, thinking that they would also be getting statehood. But when the General Secretary gave his secretarial reports, it was known that Khasi, Keji and Garo would be given autonomous state, and Karbi and Dimasa were left in the north. The Karbi leaders led by Barelong Terang and Bapuram Singha, the President and Secretary of Daden, Karbi Anglong District APSLC unit, protested against this move of the APSLC leaders and came back to Karbi Anglong feeling dejected and demoralized. Meanwhile, the bill for autonomous state was introduced in Parliament on 10 December 1968 and passed on 24 December 1969. And autonomous state of Meghalaya was inaugurated on 2nd April 1970. But we missed the bus during the time because of the treacherous attitude of APSLC and Congress leaders. The mistake that was done in 1969 could have been corrected in 1972 during the reorganization of Northeast India, but that was also not done. Meanwhile, a joint meeting of Karbi Anglong and Dimasa Congress was also held at Hafrom, opposing autonomous state to Dimasa and Karbi Anglong with a promise to give more power to the autonomous council, which were never fulfilled. Meanwhile, democratic rights of the people were trampled upon as election was not held to the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council for a period of 11 years from 1962 onwards. It is also important to mention that by then the APSLC of Karbi Anglong district unit was not only dissolved but its leaders had also dispersed. While some of the elsewhere APSLC leaders went to form Karbi Nationalist Organization KNO and Nikir Hills Progressive Party demanding merger with Nagaland, which did not get mass support, the movement met its natural death. Several years later, Bapram Singha, the former secretary of APSLC Karbi Anglong district unit, joined the BJP, while Barelong Terang, the former president of APSLC Karbi Anglong district unit, became a minister in the Assam government. It is in this background that Autonomous State Demand Committee (ASDC) was born on 17 May 1986 to spearhead another spell of mass democratic movement together with the KSN KNC. Had not the APSLC and Congress betrayed us in 1969, there would have been no necessity for the ASDC to be formed, or for that matter, even custom or jakas for us in the initial period. For us in the initial period, yet I say, yeah, Bapram Singha তেতিয়া APSLC Karbi Anglong District Unionৰ Secretary হয় তেখেতে BJP জইন কৰিছিল BJP পৰা ইলেকশ্যন কণ্টেষ্ট কৰিছিল আৰু বাৰালং কাৰাং তা কংগ্ৰেছ জইন উন্দিয়াৰ লাসি মিনিষ্টাৰ সেক্ৰেটাৰী থলো লাসি ডিপু ষ্টেডিয়ামৰ না নেশ্যনেল ফ্লেগ ইন্ডিপেন্ডেন্স ডে আপনি হস্পিটেল মানে লাতটা ডিমোরালাইজ করে আতে বাং না বিট্রেড APSLC leaders lasi PC claim ma claim na pola na klan lape 1980 alompen labaso foreigner movement asu duma foreigner movement sa ini dum kali happen di masa tu citu dulu sudah when the accord was finally signed between asu and central government nothing was recorded about the Caribbean rivers hana to ko cira dundo citu dundo muniti dundo proseson dundo kanghi ho cira dundo picketing claim dundo dharna dundo also ta la asu atom central government accord sign berbagai Caribbean di masa dah autonomous state putha abang ke lamti sia puhi abang already APSLC tu congress on betrayed abang so aku PC claim na adihusi tinangan educated youths conscious mucho kamata par siksi tak cinggung Carbi unemployed youth association tu Carbi tribal organization tu KSA Carbi student association tu lah mereka progressive minded atau nationalist minded individual tu cinggung 17 Mei ni ASDC amahang si hot cisong lo 1995 bang ke jadi tu Assam Sarkar akan Central Sarkar akan pressure isi MOU anke sign apa nama saya MOU along party department akib ina kidun suro law and order ta DC SP level ta nang ko pul budget benenge kasela baca ko nang ko pul planning of power ta nang ko pul land alienation aku thakka nang ko pul lapel labang so bena job six to strengthening not APSLC to sipul itu six to object sipul pantaya kan sih claim latung kan kan bena APSLC pe BJP pe congress to mela claim level alam ke thana thai bone sita APSLC tum jonghele chipinda sita latung six to kapam tangia pan claim pina neli tum 1995 court anchotla lapel labang so MOU ke ciwan 1995 ke lake Central Sarkar tu, State Sarkar menangkan hon menangkan, upaya be cisong dulu, rapor pak cisong dulu, yes KNC menjam mana, masih ekonomi, sign on, tapi kalau bahasa period event di masa student union DSC, tapi not National Student Federation di masa period itu were part and parcel of the movement, tapi they were also signatories to the accord, tapi non lebih cisong anda. KPL dia tu punon, UPDS tu punon, Basong Chok tu punon, MOS tu apa nanda Central, lapen State Sarkar tu nangkang hon nangkang jinsu kan, kacisong kan lok sikelo, kacisong kan sila hayat non implement mana, mana kapal kalam implement mana, atau mana ekor mana, even ASDC ekor apa, mana implement mana, implement lo prote, kata pinangan sikelo jago mana, heji, jadi so mana kamplem bilong koko. Long leg cipu jauh yang jual macam tu lender di sana lam, jauh lasang tu, lasi, nang itu mat true ben, nong ni pong ni itu rat company ni itu ASDC atau kecisong inton kan, cisong mana, apa ni itu ASDC logo, KSA apa KNC itu mereka song kan, lasi election rank kita high sih, ni itu cisong ni, apa bina apa ke ASDC foundation delo. Bukan tan nili pulo, penangan major places along nili tu, ASDC foundation day, orang biros kami aku sahaja ni, talon fik di pulau tu, hambai along tu, dianggap along tu, lapan along kapre kajiroma sak ni tu dulu, lapan bopayang ni yang along ni, long nili tu je gede, lapan penangan major places along nili, masalah semua kami rata kami kacau tu dia tu kan, nili tu ni, orang sebenarnya gitu ni lo, pas karya dia kuasa belum. anak di parti yang kuat, proses ini itu malah rata apa yang itu bicara ini macam foundation dia dong kan dulu, lakukan ke non kita ngiami, kecil semua program tangkir, hai armu kecil jeng, hai dharna, hal yang kami nanti cerap, nanti turun dia turun bangsa. Saya komite ini kan, cuni parti, nah ini press conference only lah, ASDC Foundation Day. Dan arta tangke megang kongkaran kep, kepleng